Hi, everyone. So imagine this. A machine writes poetry that makes you emotional. Another diagnoses disease better than doctors. Another talks to you politely, intelligently, confidently. So here's the question many people are quietly asking. If machines can do all this, what's left that's human? So today I want to argue something that may sound surprising in the age of AI hype. So artificial intelligence is not really intelligence. So why do I say this? And understanding why that matters will shape the future of education, ethics, and humanity itself. And definitely, I'm not talking against AI, and it's a talk about clarity, since confusion is far more dangerous than technology. Now, let's start with a basic problem. So, we use the word intelligence very casually, like human intelligence, emotional intelligence, artificial intelligence, same word, but very different things. So, in psychology and philosophy, intelligence is not just about problem solving. It includes understanding, intentionality, context, and meaning. And a human child understands why a joke is funny. A machine detects patterns in jokes. Well, those are not the same. And AI systems do not understand language. So, what they did and what they're doing is they statistically predict the next symbol based on enormous amounts of data that you input. Well, that's not an insult, it's a description. And confusing prediction with understanding is where many of us many of us with fears and myths and begin. So, how AI actually works? So, let me explain AI in one sentence. So, AI is extremely advanced pattern recognition without awareness, no feeling at all. Sorry to say that. No emotions. When an AI answers a question it does not know it is answering, or care whether it is correct or incorrect, or whether the AI understands consequences, well, it's probably calculating probabilities. If you ask an AI, what is justice? Well, definitely it doesn't include an input with tons of sentimentals in it. It doesn't reflect on fairness. It just recalls the patterns that it has it from philosophy books, legal texts, or debates and articles that a bunch or 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 enormous information or data that AI information from what he not he sorry not it can retrieve back from the data and generates a statistically likely response. And this is powerful, but it is also fundamentally different from human thinking. Well, a calculator, we all know what is a calculator. A calculator can outperform a mathematician, but that doesn't mean it understands and it understands the feeling behind the calculation or the emotion behind the mathematician, right? And definitely it doesn't understand mathematics because it just generate what it has been input in its system. Now, the next part, the illusion of understanding. So here's the dangerous part. So AI, while sounds intelligent and it uses confident language, logical structure, emotional tone, so our brains do something very human. So we project intelligence onto it. So this is called anthropomorphism. Yeah. Let me emphasize this. one more time. This is called anthropomorphism. So we've done it before. We talked to cars, we named ships, we trusted machines too easily. But I would say, is the first technology that speaks back convincingly. And that's starting to create an illusion to us. Well, you would think, well, it speaks like us, the robots speak like us, reason like us, and answers like us. Maybe it is like us. Well, accept it or not, it is not. And mistaking simulation for understanding has serious consequences. Now, why this matters for education? Let's talk about education because where the future is being quietly decided. So let's say, well, nowadays AI could write a bunch of essays, solve equations, solve mathematical problems, and summarize the textbooks or the book that you are reading it. And then what is education for? Let's say if education is all about just producing answer, AI wins. But education was never meant to be about answers alone. And education is about asking better questions, judging truth, understanding context, understanding the feeling of the people like psychologists, and making ethical decisions. But AI don't do ethical decisions, I'm sure. It will produce what it has been put into it. These are not computational tasks, like asking better questions, and they are human responsibilities. And the danger is not that students will use AI. The danger is that education systems will lower their expectations of human thinking. Human can think beyond what AI could think, for sure. Because we are compared with like when let's put it in an analogy. We are the creator of this AI, right? So how can AI can compare to a human being's brain? So if we teach students what to think, right? AI replaces them. But if we teach students how to think, AI becomes a tool, not a threat. So now let's talk about ethics and responsibility. AI has no moral responsibility, but humans do. If an AI system discriminates, spreads misinformation, makes harmful decisions, well, the machine is not guilty. The designers, deployers, and institutions of it are guilty for sure. AI cannot be ethical. What you input in AI, it generates for you. It can only reflect the ethics or lack of ethics, or if it's creators. So the real question is not, can AI be moral? The real question is, are we being moral with AI? So as a conclusion on this last topic, a human future. So let me end with this. Every major technological revolution forced humans to redefine themselves. So the telescope, right? We all know what is telescope, which challenged our place in the universe, and evolution challenged our origin, right? Well, for me, it's I will refer back to the Bible. Like, how do we originate from? We originated from Adams and Eve, but now I'm not talking about and relating back to relatable to biblical terms. Here I'm talking about in a scientific terms. And AI changes our uniqueness, but here is a paradox. So the smarter our machines become, the more clearly we must define what human intelligence truly is. Not speed, not memory, not efficiency, but judgment, meaning, empathy, wisdom. Well, I could say that for sure AI is not replacing humanity, and it is revealing what only humans can be responsible for. And that responsibility is, is ours to think profoundly, deeply, and act ethically and educate wisely has even mattered more for me for sure. So thank you. And through this public lecture, I hope you get something out of it. And have a lovely day. Remember, God loves you so much. Bye.